It's time to do the break-in oil change on the Tiger 900. Now let's see how hard it is to change the oil in the Tiger 900, and can anyone do it? Let's find out. All the information you need can be found right on page 134 of your manual. The first thing you need to do is warm up the bike. Then when it's all warmed up, bring it back in, put it up on the center stand if you have one. If not, make sure it's nice and level. You don't have to take off the stock skid plate in order to access the drain plug. You can see they made a nice little cutout so you don't have to take it off. Okay, so you got your oil pan, your funnel, and it's going to be a number 8 Allen key. Now if you don't have an oil pan, you can always cut open an old oil jug and use it like that. I might actually try this. I've never done it before. So before you go ahead and loosen the drain plug, always loosen up the oil filler cap. You can either take it all the way out or just leave it in a little bit, but it allows more airflow for the engine to drain completely. Your oil filter is going to be in the front left side of the bike, right by the skid plate. Now again, I don't think you have to take the skid plate off, especially since I have this little tool gadget here. But as you can see, here's your oil filter. Now don't forget, if you've never done this before, there is still oil in that filter, so it will make a mess. Put down some rags, move the oil pan underneath so you don't make a mess. Take the skid plate off. It's easy. Let that drain for a little bit. Pop on your new oil filter. Take some of that oil. You always got to lube up the new guy. Then just screw it back on. As you can see, on is clockwise, off is counterclockwise. Make sure you wipe up the extra oil really good, because it did get on the bottom of the exhaust here. One good thing about these Triumph oil filters is that they're kind of universal. So I actually bought this one for my Scrambler, but it does fit the Tiger. It fits a couple different models. So if you're not 100% sure, they are pretty universal, so they probably will fit. Just go ahead and pop your drain plug back in. Again, that's a number 8 Allen. Okay, so there are torque specs for both the oil filter and the drain plug, so make sure you have a torque wrench. So the oil filter is 10 Newton meters, but for the drain plug, it's going to be 18 foot-pounds. Now, 18 foot-pounds is not a lot. See, click it already. Do not over-tighten your drain plug. A little bit of extra cleanup here. We'll be ready for oil. Yes, I know I gotta wash the bike. Alright, so the hard part's done. Now we just gotta put some oil in it. Grab your funnel, grab your oil. It calls for 3.15 liters or 3.3 quarts. Now again, all this information is in your manual. The oil you want to use is a fully synthetic 10W40 motorcycle oil. That was the longest part of the whole job. Alright, so after the oil is filled, just take the bike out again, start it up, run it for 3 to 5 minutes, shut it off, set it back up on the stand so it's upright, leave it for about 30 seconds at least, and then check the sight glass. Alright, so after a couple minutes, or after you eat lunch like I just did, check the sight glass and make sure it's about halfway through, and you're all set. So let's look. You see it right there by the foot brake. There's your sight glass. As you can see, it's a little bit over half, but that's all right. So it looks good. You're all set to put everything back together, and you just changed your oil. So as you can see, it's a really easy job. Stop paying other people to change your oil. This should be one of the first things in your skill set when owning a motorcycle, along with cleaning and maintaining your chain. You can do this. It's very simple. It should be something that you can do at home on your own. So I'm not going to put the skid plate back on because we are actually going to install a T-Rex skid plate. That video coming up shortly. Again, like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.